Okay, I'm starting record because I forgot to record again. Then transfer back to myself. Where is me? Okay. Thank you, Eva. Okay, so with that, we soaked the blue pea flower in the water already.
Hang on, you just started recording, right?
Yes, so I'm going to repeat the whole thing one more time. Yes. Yep. So we've soaked about half the blue pea flower in water, and I use distilled water because just now I used my home water, which is alkaline. I forgot about it, and it turned more purple than blue. So I did a second batch here, which is now blue. And then we prepared some baking soda with water, so that make sure it dilutes. You just need about 1 or 2 teaspoons. Add enough water to dilute it a little bit. Then we have fresh squeezed lemon juice. And we left some, most of it is in here. We did another beaker with lemon and lots of sugar. About 1/2 to 3/4 amount of sugar. Okay, and then we pour them out into different containers to try. So you can try, and we have vinegar too. You can use this white vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar, is fine. You can have, what happened? What happened to my, oh, did I just log on the other side? Remind me. Yeah, my computer is going bonkers. So we have dishwasher. You can use any kind of soap. We're going to see how alkaline and how acidic yours is. Then you can have your any juice. You can have milk. You can have milk. You can have orange juice. You can have whatever it is. Yeah, I'm going to take milk as well. Yeah. So I have milk as well. Yeah, so I have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I use one as to set whether it's the original color is. So you can slowly add in one at a time. So what color did it? I'm using lemon right now. So what did your change to? So that's mine. It's changed pretty much purple. This is the same one. I'm gonna change the sequence exactly the same as my test tubes. Oh, that's my lemon. And then I'm gonna add some soap in there. Okay, come up. It's not coming up. I'm gonna pour it in. Yeah, this is my dish soap. Dish soap, we might have different results from each other just because, no, we use different kinds. Stir it. Ah, mine's turning a bit greenish. More greenish. You can see. I'm gonna do in test tube too. Yeah, greenish too. There you go. More greenish also on this one. Okay, the sun is on that side. There you go. Now I'm gonna try vinegar. Try vinegar. Wow. So that's my vinegar. So we have 4 different colors already. It's baking soda. It's my next one. Green. So I have turquoise for my dish soap, and I have greenish dark green for the baking soda. Okay. The last one is my milk. I'm gonna pour my milk in the beaker because it's easier to pour in there. Can you put this in the fridge for me, please? Thank you, Colin.
Done.
Okay. Very pretty color. Okay. I'm gonna take a picture on my phone so you can see my colors clearer. So turn it around. So okay, and I'll take one with the sunlight. Where's my sunlight? There. Okay, I'm going to send this to your parents' phone so you can see them.
John, what is the light blue? What did you add inside?
This one?
Yeah.
Milk. I added milk. That is milk. Okay, I'm going to write it in the list there for you to see from the left to right. So the first one over here under my F is, okay, I'm going to send a picture. F, we have natural. E, we have lemon. D, oh yeah, thank you, Xingyan. Yep, and then I have my soap. C, vinegar. B, baking soda. A, I use salt for the first one. Okay. Yep, salt shouldn't change anything, so we should remain blue. Okay, I listed mine already too. Yeah, so like what Xingyan did also, the first one, which is natural, which is what you use to compare the rest. You can also add salt in there and you realize there's no difference. Because it's not sour, nor is it sweet. Okay? So you can try this, not for the soap. Vinegar you can try, and then milk you can try. Yeah, just don't try the soap. Okay, soap don't try. The rest y'all can try if you want to. Got it now? And then now we're gonna pour them together. Okay, I'm gonna pour my vinegar with my soap. What do you think will happen? It turns pretty much purple. Same thing. Better, easier to take picture for this one. Okay, send pictures already. So when I added these two together, then it becomes more reddish pinkish. So what happened when I added everything? Okay. Okay, that's very blurrish. Did you all see the color for the soap and the vinegar turns pinkish? Bright in color. Okay, I sent over already. Okay, so let me show you the pictures for it. For those without a phone right now, let me turn on my phone. WhatsApp. So do you all manage to get the bright pink?
The bright pink is which and which again? Sorry.
Soap and vinegar.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so this is what I did earlier. So over here, correct? So you have all these colors here. They're all different. Okay, so I have this natural. The second is lemon, soap, vinegar, baking soda, and milk, right? And then later on, okay, let me move this away. Yeah, this is another point of view, so it's clearer by the light. This is Xin Yan's. Okay, you can see the color for her lemon and vinegar is quite similar. Over here, we have a bit different, more different for the lemon and the vinegar over here. And this is what happened when I added two of them together for the soap and with the vinegar. Okay, got it? So all done already? Yeah, I'm trying to see who's not done yet.
Auntie Jo.
Okay, all done, yeah? Okay. Let me see. Okay, so you have all the rainbow colors, but one of them you can't drink it at all. The rest you can. And we're gonna make magic drink, which is lemonade for this today. If you want it more creamy, like just now, you can add milk later on for one of them, or one part of it. So what I'm going to do, I was going to get my, okay, make sure you wash this, okay? Make sure this is washed.
Joan, we can remove all the colors?
Yes, you can remove them or put it aside already. because now we know we are going to make lemonade. So lemon, just now you can see it turns a bit more pinkish in color, pinkish purplish. So, but you also know that if we are going to just add everything in, it's going to mix up. So it's not going to look like magic. So we're going to layer it. And we know that just now, and from last week when we add sugar or salt in there, we increase the density of the drink, right? So you can add your lemonade inside if you want to. And then you need a lot of ice. You crush the ice in there. If you don't have ice, you can put in a cup too. I'm going to get my ice. This is what I did with my water yesterday night.
That is sugared lime juice, right?
Sugar lemon juice we did just now.
Arjun, sorry, the bottle is for what?
The bottle, we put the lemonade juice in there, the lemon and water.
Okay.
And if you don't have, you have big pieces of ice, you can use blender to blend them up. That will work too. Yeah, I'm gonna use a blender so it's quicker. Drop some of the thinner ice in there because I'm using a hand blender only.
Are we making lemonade?
Sorry?
Are we making lemonade?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
That's my ice. I'm gonna put my ice in it. If you don't have crushed ice and stuff, you can just use a cup or a glass, that will work too. Okay. Or you can do that later. I can show you in the beaker, it's faster. So if I show in the beaker, I will have to pour some out. Just so you can see, and you can do on your own timing too. Okay, so if you do ice, that will be what you do. So if you're going to do ice, you can do that, and then you can dump in a lot of ice, smaller pieces of ice. Now I need to do this a bit longer. There you go. Now we are done. You can just pour in the water in there, and you can see the color change almost immediately. I'm just going to take a video of this for you guys too. Very gently. There you go. So you can see two colors now. Due to density, it doesn't mix yet. And you pour on the ice or the side of the cup so that it doesn't mix it immediately. So you have the bluish on top, you have purple in the middle, and then you have the yellow in the bottom. Okay, let me do this so you can see. Okay, I'm sending this picture over as well. Okay, so you can see the color difference. And then you can stir and can drink. Okay, so if you are done, you can stir them. And then you can drink it, okay? Yeah, sweet and sour. Can you put this in the kitchen, in the freezer, please? And the milk, don't let it spoil. Okay, and for those who wants to do more different colors, there are different ways I can show you. Just now you saw the milkish color, right? So this is lemon again.
Can I add mango?
Yes, you can. If you want mango, the straw is big. So my suggestion is you dice the mango into smaller pieces, like pearl, and then you can put it in the bottom. It's actually very nice. I'm going to drop. Bye. I'm going to add my water again. Let me put some more ice. Okay. And on the top, you can add some milk. You can see it becomes like a magic drink. Okay. Let me take for you guys to see. Okay, you can see the colors for that one as well. There. And my lemon is still in the bottom because it's very dense with sugar. And if you stir this with the lemon, you can see that there are little bits on it. It's like curd from the milk. Because lemon, anything sour with milk will cause it to have a curd-like. So that's why we say, you know, we try not to drink sour things with milk or eat any sour things with milk. You will form that curd.
I had a student from Myanmar. She had a friend who actually ate the Peranakan coconut cake with lime juice, and he ended up in hospital the very same day. So is that also because of the mixture?
Yes. because of the mixture of the sourness and the milkish. And sometimes, of course, it can also be because of food poisoning too, at the same time.
So
it depends on what the hospital tells them. Because if you take a little bit only, it shouldn't be too harmful, but you take too much of it, then it'll be different.
谢谢.
Yeah, I will show you the mango part later on, because now we can move on to do the other stuff before they need to leave. Okay, so let's clear up all the drink stuff and all the experiment for the water stuff, so we can do the other. There it goes.
Wait, we are still getting the ice in.
Okay, no problem. We are skipping. You are changing place to do your second experiment, your third experiment anyway, right? So we can wait. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm gonna pour the lemonade, not lemon, for later. If you want the pinkish to be on top, you can freeze your lemonade and then put it on top like ice cube instead. Then the top will be more purplish in color. So are you going to be done soon, Rada?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm eating crushed ice.
Ice. They taste very good, right?
Joan, what do we need for the next one?
We need the set for the stove and then water for the stove. A beaker as well and a stirrer.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Yeah.
Are we supposed to do something with the litmus paper?
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot about it.
Yeah, the litmus paper is...
Yeah. So litmus paper is the same thing. So just now in the test tube, yeah, there you go. You can test the colors. Oh yes, I like this part. It's a bit disgusting later. We'll do that part later. So if you open up this, thank you, Eva, for reminding me. Okay, so there are some, this litmus paper is only, is for 1 to 6 to 14 pH value. And then these are the colors it should become if you play with them. So if I take out a piece, you just need to tear a piece. And then I'm going to insert it in there. Oops, and then it fell in. Okay.
Very funny.
I know, this so fun. I was like, okay, it fell in. Yeah, so this one, and then another time. I forgot it's a test tube. So this is almost not much of a difference of color. It's close to 6 and 7 for this one. And then the next one, you can test it on anything. You can test it on your clothes detergent, water, any water. And this one, this one, the one is the lemon changed color. You can test it out. You can put another one. I gave you the whole thing so you can go play around.
I got stuck too.
Yeah, you need to kind of slant it a little bit.
I was actually waiting for this.
I forgot because I left it on the side.
And I was hinting. I was like, is that all? Are we clearing up?
Yeah, I think you just have to tell me straight away, Ben.
Yes, and when you said clear up, I was like, hey, then this one how? But I have already cleared my table.
Yes. So the test tube fell. So you can see the color came out to very similar. So these are the ones for my 6 of 6. And then from there, you can compare with the colors on here. See, this is about this color. Yeah, between 9 to 10, that's for the baking soda. So we know it's more alkaline, yeah? And then when it's, see, so the smaller the number, the more acidic it is. The higher the number, the more alkaline it is. So that here, lemon is about 2 here. Yeah, between 2 and 3 is my lemon. My vinegar is between about 3 to 4. Yeah, and my normal testing water is about 5, 6, more to 5, 6. And then this is soap is about 7, 8. About more like 8, yeah, 7, 8 about there. Milk is about 7, 8 as well. Yeah, these two is about the same. I'll take a picture of it and then send to the group too. And the color. Okay, so you should be able to see this on the chat group as well. There, send. And now the fun one. So you've seen this long plastic ones in there. Okay, this is for urine. This is for your pee. So if you want to check out now how alkaline or how acidic your pee is, you just need to pee onto the strip. Yes, Katie. Yeah, it's disgusting, it's fun. So you can compare your family member and see whether it is more alkaline or acidic, and whether you need to adjust your food a little bit so that it's better for your body, because our body is not super acidic too, right? Our stomach, the water to digest our food is already pretty much very, very acidic.
Please hold on, Rada is going to pee.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Vivian can show us the colors, okay? Then you should do also, then we can compare, right? No. Yeah, for the P part, it's fun to compare with more than one person. That's why we give you a lot for the whole family can test it out for fun. And but right now, I do want, for the next compare, I do want you to take this. This is also for saliva. So you just put it on your tongue. Make sure there's a lot of saliva on your tongue, and then you put it on the tongue and see the color of what it is. My turns pretty much blue. Colin, can you try? Yeah. Give me a saliva.
No, I'm busy in a battle.
I need your saliva. Come on.
I'm a battle. Great.
Yes. I will come to you.
No, but you don't know how to battle.
I don't need your battle. I
And you need to.
I need your tongue. Like, yeah. Put your tongue underneath. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's Colin's too.
Happy?
Yes. Oh my. Okay, so the top of mine is more orangey, the bottom is blue. The Colin's one on top is more brownish. Okay, let me saliva. Okay, Daddy say no because he just like coffee.
What does that mean if it's more brownish on top?
Okay, hang on, okay? Let me get the list of it out. And let me get the picture list. I'll send you all the picture list. Okay. So this is the picture list.
You must wash your hands first.
What does the color mean?
Yeah, I'm going to send you the pictures now, the picture for it now, so you can compare.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. And these are the same ones that some of the hospitals or clinics use. Yes, the same. That's why one of them went to urine on it already. Okay, so this is I just sent you on the phone. Okay, let me see if I share it here instead. Okay, not yet. Smaller. Set. Out. There we go. And share. Okay, so these are the colors. So the numbers tells you how acidic it is and how more alkaline it is. So mine is probably between about 6.25.
I vote 10.
And my bottom is more towards is 6.5. Colin's one is pretty easy. His is a 6.5. Yeah.
Okay, bye guys. I'm gonna go to the gym and go to work.
Okay, see ya.
See you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, though, I shouldn't be late today. It should be about 6 after my group ends.
Okay. Okay, so I'm sending the ones we have as well. So you can compare with it. Ta-da! Next up. There you go. So you can see Colin's one is more brownish over here. Mine is more orangey. Yeah. So mine has a mixed color though. My top part is actually more towards a 6.0 or 6.25. Oh, it's green one, Raider. Raider's is greenish. That's very cool. Probably close. Yeah, his P. Okay, so his P is about 7.0. Yeah, and it's a very bright blue. So mommy should try later, yes? This is for
Saliva.
saliva. So his saliva and his pee is actually similar.
Yeah.
Very
Very similar. I'm going to try mine later.
Yeah, so later on, Vivian will update us on hers. So you can test it out and see whether your pee and your saliva is the same as well. Okay. Okay, now we can keep it away. So have fun with your family members, compare.
And contrast.
And the pH value for the baby should be quite different too. Because the baby only have breast milk or milk. And a breastfed baby should be slightly different from a formula fed baby as well, because of the sugar content is different.
Sorry, John, next project is?
The stove.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep this away. Yeah, so the litmus paper can just have fun with it. They can test out pond water when they go nature park and stuff as well. Yeah, that circle thing is for it's a cover for your light bulb glass. Okay, let's see. So we have this. There's a instruction paper in there.
I already do it.
I know some of you have finished doing it already. Okay, this one you can put it aside. It's for burning. The wood here is for burning. Okay, there we go. One piece, 2 pieces, and gauze. Okay, all these bricks can be reused. When you don't like the construction, you don't like how it looks anymore, you can actually take them apart by soaking them in water. This is your little pot. And then this is for it. Okay, so these are the ones we need for right now. And the stirrer.
The powder is inside the box.
It's inside the pack.
Okay.
Inside where the saucepan is.
Okay.
Yeah. And we need the brush too. So amount of water to the powder is 1 to 1. Okay, I better use my weighing machine.
Someone just. How much water do we have to add? How much water do we have to add?
I'm going to answer that question in a while. I will measure the weight and then I'll tell you, okay? It's 1 to 1, so I'm gonna weigh it first. Okay, let's see. This beaker is clean. I'm gonna zero this. And I'm gonna weigh this. About 38.
The powder for?
Is the plaster for it.
Okay.
Hi, John. Where do you get the powder from?
In the pack, where the saucepan pack is.
Saucepan pack. There is no powder inside.
The saucepan is in between it.
Oh, between it. Oh,
Between. Yeah.
sure, thanks.
Yeah. So it's about 45 ml of water according to weight. So just pour it in and then mix it up.
Other must we add?
About 45 ml.
Uncle John, look at this.
Yeah, oh, purple.
That's my drink.
Yeah, you can even use orange juice in it. We mix with orange juice too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can make it all different drinks and see what color they are. So you know how sour they are or how sweet it is.
Thanks.
Welcome.
John, is it 45 ml of water and the full packet of powder?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So it should be paste like.
How many ml?
About 45.
45.
Yes.
Thank you.
Between the line for 40 and 50.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks so hard. I'm going to use the back of the paintbrush to do this.
Is it supposed to look like a paste?
Yes.
Like this?
Yes, about there.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So just remember, all these can be reused. You can actually dissolve them in warm water too, or just in normal water and leave it there to soak, and then it'll come off. Okay, so the first layer we're gonna use is this one here. This is the top and this is the bottom. So we're gonna use the bottom first. I'm gonna keep the ugly side inside, okay?
Auntie John, can you wait for me?
Yes, I will, don't worry. I'm gonna pour it out bit by bit first. So the first layer, yeah, the first layer, I'm using 9 pieces. So it's going to be like this. So we leave a little door in the front for this. Okay, so it should look like this for the first layer.
Our pieces have no holes, it's perfectly fine, right?
Yeah, it's fine. There's actually not all have holes, it's fine. Okay, so once you're ready with that, we're gonna do the tree at the back first so we know the baseline and can work around it. So I'm gonna use put a paste at the bottom. Put a layer of paste in the bottom. And then you stick it on, press it on. When you press, you can see some coming out the side and it is perfectly fine. The second piece, we will do the bottom and the side, the one side as well. The ones that is going to be beside the first piece, okay? So bottom and one side. So I'm going to stick to the side and the bottom. And you can clean the side away too. The last piece.
Our bricks don't have holes in them.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, it will still stay? Okay.
Yes, it will still stay, don't worry. It's just a design. It was from the same supplier. They just decided to give us some with holes and some without holes. There you go. So that's my first layer. Inside, there's a corner. I'm going to do the same. So whatever sticks to the ground or to the beside it, you must make sure there is extra a plaster on it. Then the ones coming up from the side, you can clear away later when you're done. Or you can just use anything to scrape it off.
Joan, do you know a Zheng Yue Han?
No, what is that?
It's a name that's trying to, there's waiting in a waiting room for Zoom.
I have no idea that their Chinese name because all my orders is in English.
Okay.
Yeah. And Eva is doing a very good job. She's trying to actually filter out people that doesn't belong in a group, just in case we have hackers trying to get themselves in. That's why we don't allow automatic entry to the group. Eva, you want to ask in the main group who is that person?
Already did it.
Oh, okay, thank you. That's why when you log in, it's important to have your names on so we know exactly who you are.
Is this how the paste supposed to look like?
It can it looks like, does it looks a bit like cookie dough?
Yes.
Yeah, a bit like pancake batter, then it's correct. Like very thick pancake batter. Yeah, because for you, you use gluten-free batter, so it looks different from the normal batter. Gluten-free cookie batter is more like this, or a bit more watery. And I just put on the wrong side, great. Wrong side. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm using my brush to clear away the extra parts on the side, just so it looks nice. So when you see people are building buildings with blocks now long ago, you will realize that they like to clear the sides, also the bottom, so they look smoother as well. When they finish a layer, they will try to flatten it out. Then next layer will be overlaying, so it needs to be opposite than what they have. And we should have a special piece in there. Yeah. We have a piece that is arching. This will be in the middle here. Okay, the arching goes on top of the little door you have just now. So this is when you can still move your pieces around because it's not hardened yet. Two, three. Okay, so this is the second layer, and we also have 3 single pieces here. Pick up 3 single pieces, and we are going to put it flat on the first layer. So if I take it out, it will look like this. So I'm going to add 1 here and here. This is actually for the gauze. Where was it now? Yeah, here. So you stick them down, and then it should be able to put this metal piece on top of it later. Because in the bottom is where your firewood to go under. It helps to air it and allows it to stay away from the stove as much as possible. The side. bottom and the sides that's sticking to the stove. There you go. Okay, 自匀. There you go. So there's another technique that bricklayers like to do, is that they finish the first layer and they just spread it onto the top of it. It's spread on the top and the side of the brick, like this. Then they just overlay it. Because this plaster doesn't dry off as easy, so they give them time to work with it. Okay, I have no idea who's messaging me.
Nothing, don't worry about it. It's about
Okay.
the mushroom purchase. Don't worry, I'm on it.
Okay, I just need to silence it, that's all. I forgot to silence that group. Okay, thank you. So when you lay it flat like this first on the bottom, you must make sure the sides, you must put the paste on the sides too. So the first one, I can put it on, press it down. And the second one, before I put it on, I must make sure there is actually some paste on the side first.
Auntie John, I enjoy your classes to make anything I like.
That's wonderful. Yeah, classes should be fun, right? Then learning will be easier.
Yes, because if I finish the stove, I can clear the stove away so I can make another house. You can
That's
make
right.
anything.
Yes, I got this one so it can be reused later on.
Auntie Joan, can
Yes.
we do another experiment, like another one like this
For
one?
building?
Yeah, but making a house, a small house.
Yes, I can get the house done early next year. Okay? Because
No.
it's just very
I
soon.
mean, this brick, the
Yeah.
small brick one that we are doing now, I want to make it do a house.
Yeah,
Yes.
I will get the set with a roof as well. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody's calling you, Auntie Joan.
You're welcome. Someone's calling me. Yeah. Hello. Hello? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm very busy. Yes, okay, thanks, bye. It was a call from the bank. I think our parents get a lot of calls from banks too. They want to ask you to do investment, to open a new account and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean we need to. You only do so if you actually need it, not because everybody says that it's good and it's that you should do it. Okay, I'm going to clear the sides again so it doesn't look so messy. And we probably can't cook anything of it today. We have to do it next week because it needs time to dry up.
Then me, I'm done.
You're done? That's good that you're done. If you are done for the day, you can log out anytime.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Are we using the frying pan, June, for today or next
We
lesson?
can use it next week because we won't have enough time for it to dry up today.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can do the cooking next week.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
How many layers of brick?
Together, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 layers in between the bottom and the top cover layer. On the second layer and the last layer is where you have the extra bridge layer. So the gauze is on the bottom layer to leave some space for the ashes to fall through. The wood, you can burn it in the middle. And we are not using cement for this like in real life because if not, you can't take it apart. So the third is the same as the first. Third layer is the same as the first layer. They do interlock so that it's stronger. It will not fall off easily. And these bricks are not play bricks actually, they are real bricks. Scooping the side to use it, reuse it. It's like you building Lego, right? You realize that if you build Lego the same way, like 2 by 2 by 2 all the way up in straight line, and you put it under the base block, it will actually topple easily, or it will actually, you know, spoil easily. It's not as strong. But when you do an interlock and put a one on top of the middle to lock it down, it's actually much stronger. So 3, 4, and 5 all have a little door gap. And because you have a door gap and you don't have the bridge, you need to fix it with which one? The number 1 piece. We do not know who is that. That's why we're not letting the person in.
We're gonna stay there until we get a class ends. Anyway, they don't need to because there's always the recording. Mama,
Yes.
there's always the recording.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are in the group, they will read the recording. And if they're not inside the group,
If they are not in a group, usually they will message us in the main group.
yeah.
Colin's curious about the person in the waiting room.
We've been there for an hour.
Okay, so I need the number 1 piece now because it needs to stay here. There you go. And it's fogging in our house, in the condo today. Can you close the door from the window for me?
Windows almost max closed. Full throttle.
Thank you.
I'll go close the back.
The back don't really need.
The windows are open.
Don't need.
It is.
Don't need. I didn't say have to. I just said don't need to. Which layer are you guys on now? One piece. That will be the sound of the fogging going on. And there will be some of Colin being ghost.
I like the fogging top because it's funny.
You used to be very afraid of it.
There's nothing to be afraid of now that I think of it. Nothing to be afraid at all.
Have you finished in geometry? Algebra? You should be doing one. Yeah, choose one and finish up first. Okay. Okay. I can't even see it. Please hold it carefully because. Okay.
Auntie John 非常
客气，
Auntie John 谢谢
不客
再
气。
见ありがとう
Call it on.
再见
Do your work. Thank you.
Bye bye Rado Bye bye Auntie Mickey Bye bye
You finished already? You finished?
Yeah.
Reading your ready?
Bye Rado
No,
Yes
later, later.
What is it
红车。
红车
OK，下课先，下课先。OK，拜拜，再见。
Bye
Bye.
Bye Bye
Bye bye.
Auntie John Bye Auntie John Bye
Bye.
Bye Take care Auntie John
Bye bye.
Mom, good night.
Okay, I finished my 3 layers with a gap. My next is the last layer with the little bridge. Okay, clean away the mess. So Rada, I have a question for you.
Okay,
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
You're ready, yeah? So do you want to build a house in your own idea or you want one with instructions?
What about instruction?
Okay, you like to be a builder, yeah?
Yeah,
Not the architecture part of it.
yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Oh, not enough. Why? It's moving. Put a bit. Don't forget, we have more than enough place so you can put.
Yeah, you put more, you can scoop up the side later on, it's fine. How I always
John,
yes.
I want to build a house too.
Yes, don't worry. We will put it in the class together. Because Veda suggested, so I asked him, does he want to build it with instructions or all by himself? He make up his own house.
I build it with instructions.
Okay, okay. So I get instructions for everyone, okay? We get a small little house.
Okay. Thanks.
Oh, it'd be fun to build like 3 houses with like a 3 little pig story.
Ah, I see. So you need 3. You want to do all the different 3 houses?
Yep.
Okay, our plan ones.
One from wood, one from straw, and one from bricks.
Okay, I will work it into one of the months.
So okay.
Each week we'll do one kind of house. Most welcome. Okay.
A bit rice now. Then can. Yeah. And then I have set of fish. In anything should be fine. Wait, are you doing it? Finish this part, then you can be creative, okay? Once we might run out of bricks. If there's extra bricks, then you go ahead and be creative.
If you want to be creative, you can get sets for just to be creative too. If not, you just use Lego. It's the same idea with Lego, except you cannot cook with it.
How's that? Which one? You want extra set? That's why I told you don't play with it first. We build our thing first. That to do the side. See this part here? Mix it up.
This is my last layer.
He's very fast with the bricks building.
Yes, correct. Because you don't have to be too careful, you can clean up all the excess.
Oh.
You finish everything, you can just take a wet wipe or cloth and then you just run it through the sides gently.
Last one.
The one that goes on the roof.
No, that will be where.
But how about the pad?
Next week. Auntie Joan said we need to let this dry.
This one.
Yeah, because if not, then it might collapse.
At the bottom, you see the 3 small bricks is to hold it in place. Yeah, so we can put the tea light candle. Is it?
We can or use wood.
Or we burn wood. Okay. So can we
burn wood, and then there's a gauze underneath on top of the bricks. Then the bottom of it is to collect the ashes. And you can blow air into there to make the fire bigger, to introduce oxygen.
Fire needs oxygen.
Yes, because you can see this brick has 4 walls, which means that not a lot of air can get into it. But it's good also because you don't want too much wind. If there's too much wind, then you can't make it work too, because the wind will blow out the fire. Or it might blow the fire, the little sparks out of it, and then you burn your house down.
Yep, that's why it's dangerous. And our table is easy to catch on fire because it is wood.
Yeah, mine too. I have so much wood stuff at home too. Not the best idea.
Oh, the Tian, I didn't manage this side, and you actually forgot to do this part. Wait. Are we supposed to stick already or not?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I want to.
You want to?
Yeah. Supposed to stick.
Really? Supposed to stick it?
Yeah, look, the finish.
Or just place it on top or stick it? Wait. Let's clean up the whatever excess paste.
Yep.
I want to.
Yeah, I know.
I want to apply. I wait. It's fine with the paste.
I forgot to apply this corner.
Clean up first. Wait, I have to get.
You can use your brush to adjust your bricks so that they align together properly and stuff too. Before you put the cover on. Just leveling out everything on the side. And I'm going to get a wet wipe to wipe around the corner so they look nice.
I have to paste it up.
Use a wet cloth or anything.
Almost there. Quite well.
Take some more water. I want to wash the sides down.
Happy with it? Any touch up? Oh, I better mute myself.
I just use water to wipe down the side.
Auntie John, when it
Yes.
dries up, can we paint the outside?
Yes, you can paint the outside if you want when it's dry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to do the top layer and then put the cover on. But before that, I must put the gauze in first. Remember, put the gauze in before the top layer.
Why?
If not, then you can put it in later.
Why?
Or you'll be very difficult to put it in.
Idea then.
Yes, you need to measure the sizing to know that if it can go in properly. I can try. Oh, you can, just be very mindful. You can put it later too. Because it's big enough, the hole is big enough, so you can wait, it's fine. Okay, now, if I'm gonna put it on top here, I need to measure and make sure that it's in the middle. Got it. Now, can anybody tell me why we can't use glue gun for this one? Anybody can answer that question? So Raider, why can't we use glue gun?
I don't know.
Colin, why can't we use glue gun for this one?
Glue will stick to her fast.
Nope. Wrong. How does glue gun works?
Oh, it's weaker.
No. How do you make glue gun work?
Oh wait, you need an electricity plug.
And
Heat.
heat, yes. So when you're cooking things in there, what happens to the glue?
It will melt and get into your food.
No, it will melt and then the structure might get weaker. It will not get into your food, as in the item itself, the product itself, but the smell, yes, it might get into the food. But more importantly, it will weaken the structure.
Yeah.
That's why you cannot use glue gun unless you're just doing for fun and not going to put fire in it. Then it makes sense. Okay, measure, and ta-da! Clean the inside. Okay, I'm doing this my finger to push it properly. Then clean the bottom. Oh, I saw gaps, so I'm going to fill up some with the paste. Yay, I'm